ego, which is faster, sharp, and can take risks. So generally, we have people who are calm here, and people who have their boundaries, and then we have risk takers, and we have people who are bitter and sweet at the same time. And
they go whatever the flow is. You treat us nice. We have a dog that when you treat us okay, we'll go with you. You chase us, stay away.
Okay. All it is kindness, confidence, and protective.
We are Tiger and we are super women, and the superpower of the group is strength. We are strong women, not only physical strength, but we are capable of doing a lot of things. We can do everything possible to make ends meet. Thank you very much.
So with the whole group, the sense of humanity, persistence, and the vision, seeing ahead.
We are so courageous, then we are so brave, we are strong, then we are so soft. It's even our faces, we are very soft. Then we came up with our major superpower, which is resilience. We are able to withstand every kind of difficulty, and we recover from difficult conditions so quickly. So however much we might be in hard times, we're able to just shield it and come back to life. So we withstand every kind of difficulty.
We are intelligent, we are protective, we are brave, we are fierce, and what else? We are not the last.
You're not the last.
Yes, because we are vision-oriented and we have our intelligence to drive us. Yes.
Okay.
Looking at all the characteristics, we came to know that as women in shifting spaces, we are all going through a lot of things that sometimes we decide not to share with other people. We fight battles that we don't tell the world, but at the end of the day, we're all fighting. So we're all determined that at the end of the day,
I've had protective, I've had, determination, strength that comes with that. There's so much power in the room, in all of the words that you've described. And I know we've been engaging in small cohorts, and so this is the first time we're coming together. And this is exactly what we're going to try and tap for these 2 days. What is this strength? What is this determination? For the longest time we've been told you cannot do it, Mara Sakit. But I think for the last 8 months we've engaged together, we've realized actually we are not just women. There's so much that we add, there's so much that we bring into this life. And that's what our 2 days are going to be about. Just like our theme states it. How can we start to, reclaim our voices? How can we amplify the echoes of each one of you in the room to contribute to building that South Sudan that we want to work for all of us in this country, for women, for girls, for any person that belongs in this country? How can we do that? And from the conversations, you can see we all have power. We all have something to contribute. But we can do so much better if we can amplify and collectively work together. So that's what we'll spend for the next 2 days. And it's just really, this is just the introduction, just getting to know who is in the room. Some of you are meeting for the first time. Some of you know each other from the cohorts that you come from. So thank you so much for starting us off on such a very high, positive, inspiring energy. We're going to officially start. I know we started 15, 20 minutes late, but I think we can still catch up and make time for our program for the day. So to get us started, I'm going to welcome Mara Sakit Village Movement Building Coordinator. Please allow me welcome Ms. Agau to just welcome us this morning.
So as Mara Sakit Village, all of you that have attended our talking circles, it's not by education, it's not through your education that makes you now a powerful woman or that woman that has it all. We do recognize each woman and girl, a South Sudanese woman and girl that is doing whichever little things that they do at their capacities, either they're educated or not, they should be recognized, they should be valued as human beings. And this is what we champion as Mara Sakit Village team. So what inspired this movement building was really the oppression of women and girls is systemic and structural. And the fight for gender equality is a process, and achieving the desired shift in gender norms, institutions, attitudes and mindset is a long-term process. The reason why we are here is to hold each other, to hold our hand, support ourselves, and encourage ourselves to really do better as South Sudanese young women and girls, not only for us, but for the other generation of young women and girls. So thank you so much for being here. The reason why we are here today is because somehow, somewhere, there's an organization that recognized the work that we do, and they really decided to support us. And the reason that we have all of you in this room together. Can we give a round of applause to UNFPA? Not only for this work, but the other works that they have done across South Sudan. They have really contributed, and they will continue to contribute for the betterment of our country.
My name is Ademola Olajide, and I work for the United Nations Population Fund. What we're trying to do here is about reclaiming your voice. And it's always very important, because in traditional African societies, they say to you that a closed mouth is a closed destiny. The one that cannot speak up has already started to suffer misfortune. So you must learn to be able to speak up, first for yourself and for the entire society around you. In every society, there must be leadership. Somebody must be in charge. But the responsibility of whoever is in charge is to ensure that the rights of everybody are protected and everybody is able to achieve their full potential. So what you want to do as you begin to engage society is to have your way such that everybody, male or female, living with disability or not, is able to prosper, not just to have your say. And so as you move from here, you must get the skills that you must suddenly begin to motivate change, which must start within you. I hope that these 2 days is going to help you to appreciate the baggage you carry. And whichever you choose to carry, you carry it with knowledge, you carry it understanding why you are carrying it and what it does to you. Because whatever load you carry takes away part of your speed. So you must make a choice if you want to be part of the solution, and in what way you want to address it. It's okay for you to leave this room at the end of 3 days with all of you having different approaches, different concepts, different social norms, but what is important is that everybody must realize the fact that male or female, you must have everybody's rights respected. So you know the power of your vote, the power of your voice. You must come together and work together, leveraging technology to be able to make things happen. So the first assignment I would give you is that you all know the power of social media. I don't know what hashtag that you have chosen for this meeting, but you have a responsibility to make it trend, so that people should know that a bunch of progressive young women have decided to gather in Juba to shake the table. And people will know that here in South Sudan, we are at peace and we are progressing. They should stop phoning us to ask us if we are safe in Khartoum. We are not in Khartoum, we are in Juba, and we are trying to build peace, and we are trying to build change, and we are trying to make progress. So, on behalf of UNFPA and the partners, I declare this workshop open, and I hope that you guys are able to make the best of it. Thank you.
I decided not to close my mouth. So I started doing what I can do best, and that is writing. So I have 2 poems for you. I'm going to start with the first one. The first one mainly has domestic violence in it. It has harassment, it has sexual violence, it has harmful customary, it also has girl booking and grooming. And the title is The Jinubi Girl. The Jinubi Girl, she dreams beyond, but maturity sets in before nature wants. She does not hold the pain for long, for she is forced to hold the baby first. My heart bleeds severely for the Jinubi girls that have been sealed into cultural norms, forced to wear a wedding dress first before a school uniform. The suffering of a Jinubi girl is beyond description. She does not speak for herself, for her voice is stolen by her brothers and parents. Her potentials and abilities are less considered. She's always on auction, ready for sale to anyone that has the wanted price. She goes through the same pain as her mothers did, and this is never seen by the naked eyes. A Junubi girl is always constrained within a fence. She only knows her parents' house, borehole, and marketplace. A mobile phone is foreign to a Junubi girl. She only touches it when her mama or papa's phone has rung, and only out of sight. A Junubi girl is a sellout. Anyone can elope with her, and they will care about the number of cows. Her life revolves only around chores and marriage. Potential husbands should start asking for educational degrees of Junubi girls in dowry, so that parents start worrying about the education of their girls. Her education should be her adornment. She deserves to dream just like a man. Give her a chance and let her flourish. Girls, not brides. And my second poem is to all the beautiful ladies in this room that have known their strengths, that have known their way, that know what they want. The title of this poem is Strength in Me. I know I am a strong lady, but this should not cover the heartbrokenness I am drowning in, the silent tears I vehemently dried, the pricking voices in my mind that seek for equality, the emptiness that I'm made to feel, and yet I know what fills my heart, the nothingness I am referred to, not forgetting the bitter smiles that keep me going. I know I am a strong lady. Thank you.
Let me give us 2 minutes to catch our breath. I see everyone is panting from the dance, so 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Drink some water, catch your breath, and then we can dive into our last conversation for the day. So, before we went for lunch, we answered 3 main questions. You did the questions individually, but then you transferred everything to the flip chart as a circle. So we looked at just 3 main things: what people are passionate about, what your strengths are, and also the skills that you feel you have, either individually or in your group collectively. So I'm going to ask us, just orderly, if, for example, I believe this one is for this table, it's for this group, this. So I'm going to ask you to move to the next group, not necessarily start from your own chat, and just spend some minutes to just see what is it that others have, especially focusing on some of the skills, the things people are passionate about, and the skills that they think they have.
When we talk about gender equality as women, I think we can break that on media houses, because actually, if you like, let's talk about the case that happened back in, was it in a week when the girl's eyes were removed by the dad? Huh? Yeah. So in such cases, I think the media can help a lot. It could help us, the women. We can really bring that to the media, and then we see a way through. So mainly about women, this is what I wanted to add. We can bring gender equality on media, and then the challenges that are facing us as women, and how they should stop. We can also talk about feminism on media. Thank you.
After passing to the person.
Alright. I think everybody has spoken what I really wanted to say, but I just wanted to put the words exactly the way I wanted it to be. So I think media or digital platforms have given us spaces. This is the word I wanted us to exhaust. For instance, I am Diko Janet, right? You always know me as Diko Janet, but not everybody in the world knows me, right? So how do we utilize those spaces? For instance, I can just be in my small room, and then I become a content creator, or I just be posting maybe something on a particular thing. Maybe I'm a serious feminist, and then you post something. We complain that we don't have spaces, women are not being given their voices, we don't have even money to go to the radio stations to go and maybe carry out an awareness or sensitization. So to me, media has given us these spaces that we can share. Because in real life, we don't have these things.
You know, they say problem shared is problem solved. If once you talk to the world, just know that you are getting healed, and through that a lot will change. And this is why, like us women who are part of Mara Sakit Village, and those who got access to digital media, let's make a good use of it.
At the back, there lives our innocent children who will bear pains and hard labor and maltreatings once she goes away in search of peace and love. Who will feel her pain? In front of her is the man caught in culture of a man over a woman. A man who claimed to have brought her with his wealth. He turned her his own property, treating her as he feels like. In desperation, she calmed herself down, decided to suffer for the sake of her children, helpless and voiceless and hopeless, day in, day out. Who will feel her pain? Thank you for listening.
An undivided piece of you is what I am. Cup and snap. Unshakable roots is what I am. Good. An undivided piece of you is what I am. Oh, motherland, my promised land. Oh, motherland, my promised land. My home, my origin, my pride, my patriotism. My home, my origin, my pride, my patriotism. This is my favorite part. في دمي وعروق بتجري ومن حبك لا ما بنستغني. في دمي وعروق بتجري ومن حبك لا ما بنستغني. نحنا منك ومن أجلك، نحنا منك ومن أجلك. بنحبك يا وطن، بنحبك يا وطن، بنحبك يا وطن. في دمي وعروق بتجري ومن حبك لا ما بنستغني. في دمي وعروق بتجري ومن حبك لا ما بنستغني. نحنا منك ومن أجلك، نحنا منك ومن أجلك. بنحبك يا وطن، بنحبك يا وطن، بنحبك يا وطن. Thank you. So that's not it. If my instrumentalist is here, we'll do some more singing. Thank you so much.
We're honored to have with us LT Colonel Adundao, who is one of the Katiba Banat and is also currently still in Bilpa. And then we have also, for those that are interested in rule of law, the legal system and women's rights. And I see this also came up a lot in the conversation. People just really want to understand more the intersection and how we can use the legal system to advance gender justice. And again, blessed with us, we have Justice Ajonya. She's right here in green. She wears very many hats, but right now she's the head of secretary for judiciary reform. The other group is activism and women's rights. A lot of you are doing advocacy, a lot of you are doing campaigns on individual basis. And we are blessed to have the executive director of Steward Women, Ms. Josephine Chandiru. This woman has fought pre-post-independence, and she's still fighting. And one of the biggest wins that they've been trying to push is the Maputo Protocol that just recently made its way through, and she's been one of the biggest, champions of women-led organizations trying to push that. So she will be available to also share some of the rights. I know that came up yesterday as one of the needs. People want to learn how to do more advocacy and do it effectively. So we're blessed to have Josephine with us. And we have women and peace processes. And with that front, we're also blessed to have Ms. Alokir, if she can just wave for us. And she's one of the South Sudanese women that signed our 2018 peace agreement. And then one of the women that you've been asking since last year.
Honorable Rebecca Joshua is here with us. She's a honorable member of parliament and the chief whip at the Transitional Legislative Assembly at the moment. And many of you connect with her from the role that she played during the liberation. These young women call you the voice of the revolution from your media and journalism. And so she's here with us. So she's going to be discussing, there's a group of young women interested in politics, in media and journalism. So you're going to be in the group where Honorable Rebecca Joshua is going to be. And then the other bigger demand is like this room is full of business women. So we're blessed also to have with us here Yar. She's the one in white. Yar has been in business since she's established her businesses, but right now she does a lot of consultancy and trying to support especially women and youth on those that are doing startups, those that are running their businesses, those that need to expand their businesses. She really offers a lot of knowledge, skills and information. And those that are interested in conversations around business are going to be in the group with her. And then we have with us Professor Julia. Another demand, so many young women look up to her. And we're going to have her in the category of women and education. There's a lot of young women here that are doing advocacy on women's rights, on education. She has a rich background and experience. She's one of our professors, PhD holders. She's been at the University of Juba, but right now she's serving as an Undersecretary for the Ministry of Public Service. We've been blessed also to be joined by Mary Sakit. She just walked in right now. So I'm going to have her in the same group with Alokir on women and peace processes, because she's also been one of the instrumental women in everything peace related in South Sudan, especially post-independence. So I'm going to have her, the two of them, in the same group for those women, young women who are interested in, the role of women in peace processes, because we know the country is currently being governed through a peace agreement. We're still, we're transitioning. And so there's a lot there that is carrying us to the next chapter of our political journey as a country. So these are the themes that we're going to have for the day.
As women and as girls, as females, it's very important to be protecting one another. We have to really be together. I know we have patriarchal problems, we have traditional problems, and nobody is going to fight it alone. We have to fight it together. So I want to encourage us, we give ourselves a space, we give ourselves freedom to expression, and we give ourselves an opportunity to learn from one another. So I just want to say that we have to interlink, we have to connect, we have to work together so that we can move forward and we can make the change that we want. As for my group, I thank you very much for this lovely and beautiful discussion. We still have more to continue. We've talked about journalism and the importance of media. We have referred to the Constitution and your basic human rights for freedom of expression. So it is your right. Amen. But you have also not to do things in prejudice of the law, because the law is there. And there is the article here in the Constitution, so many regulations over there. So as journalists, as media practitioners, we have to follow the law, the regulations, and we follow also the ethics. All of us as female, we have to promote the image of the woman, to express the power of the woman, And nobody else is going to do that. We are the ones who are going to do it for ourselves. Together, what the Pope said, together. This word is very important. We shall succeed if we work together. I thank you, I love you, and we are going to meet once more. And if any of you in the other group who wants to visit my office, they are please welcome. My phone number is there. Call me. I'm intergenerational. I can do much work with you. I can do the dance if you want. Anything you want me to do which is good, I can do it.
Most of us, without education, you will not be who you are. If you want to start your life, you have to educate yourself. Without having the knowledge, you will not be able to participate, to challenge, to address issues, and to believe in yourself. Every profession we take, it amounts to a skill development so that you can participate in nation building. Pillar 1, stability. Pillar 2, mobilization of resources, economic. Pillar 3, socioeconomic development is investing in your citizens. So whatever you do, at the end, you become a teacher, you are investing in your people. So a country that doesn't invest in its people is not a nation. And I want some of you as students to begin to understand, study the values of the African society. We need to bring them back. So, 4 pillars, if you don't see yourself contributing to those 4 pillars, you are wasting your time.
Our group was rather emotional because we deal with those issues on a daily basis, issues of activism, the challenges that we face and how we navigate it. Sometimes we end up in Blue House because of our activism and feminism and advocacy issues. But yeah, so we looked at 2 things. Activism as understanding rights and fighting for that right, being it on ourselves, being it on our neighbors and the community. We fight for it. How we fight for it are in different forms, but we looked at 2 major ones. One that you all participate in, that is cyber, the social media one, and then we also took into account the community activism. How do we ensure that the rural women who do not have access to the social media are also supported? But whatever activism that you do on social media, it will always have impact. That is another point. However much you receive backlash, it will always have impact, however small.
Just to summarize, I have to say this, that in our discussions, we echoed there are those 3 crossroads what the current generation is facing. The crossroad on the formal and informal setup of education. The crossroads is a challenge. So what was it in our times which made us succeed with that chaos? That you can harmonize life in a holistic manner. As mothers, as leaders, as professionals, as citizens. How do you do all the 4 or 5, 6 without causing chaos? Dr. Julia, as an educationist, will tell you the age of concept building begins from the 6th year, at least up to 13. If by that age you learned no good informal education, you will have no another time. There is a way you need to protect a girl child or a woman, but you must be alert. And what is another thing in the crossroad? There is modernity and technology. Technology is good and development is good, but addiction to technology becomes a problem. So professional, how are you managing your technology? So technology, you need to balance it because it's finishing the generation. Addiction to it is, I've ever sung this song, I know my sister Honorable Kelly is there. Okay. I have a dream, I can see it's you and me. There is peace, there is love, the two must live side by side. Honorable Alukel, take my arm, we shall walk going on and on. Let us try to make South Sudan a better place. I have a dream, I can see it's you and me. There is peace, there is love, the two must move side by side. Dr. Julia, take my arm, we shall walk going on and on. Let us try to make South Sudan a better place. May the children have a brighter future. May the children have a brighter tomorrow. The children of today, the leaders of tomorrow, fighting for survival. Oh no! Look at it. I have a dream, I can see it's you and me. Comrade, there is peace, there is love, the two must move side by side. So stand up, hold your hand. Let us try to make South Sudan a better place. I'm joining Sarah now. Thanks.
طبعا كنا لما مشينا غابة تقريبا باقي بناتنا وكبار مننا كنا مشينا الصغار. عندنا نيانيوان وفيها نيانيتور يلا كحركة الشعبية جا nasa nyanyawan kapiu nasa gerbum agerbum yau kan kamata kebir bitana yalla jina افتكر ان هنا كنا كمية الكبير لأول بنات المشوا في حركة كنا 115. لما مشينا طبعا كل زول بيشرب في بيتهم. أنا شاركنا في بيتنا. أنا قلت أنا ماشي نشوف حاجة الناس ماشيين يعملوا ده. لكن لما مشينا لقينا صعوبات شديد. أكل ما في. ناس في نسوان كبار بيسووا مريسة. كان في منى. هنا بنشيل منى ده ناكلوه عشان نكونوا سبايبة. يلا لما يوان جابوا شوالات لبسنا شوالات قماشات ما في عشان يوان يعمل شنو يجيب حاجات لبسنا شوالات بعد شهرين جابوا لنا أكل جابوا ملابس بيجينا ناس كويسين أول كتيبة كان جاموس فات يلا تايجر وتمساح يلا قريم جا هنا ولا لكن فينا هم كانوا الناس بتاع اتحاد النساء في الزمن ده. هم اللي كانوا أمهات بتاعنا. جينا خلينا بيتا مشينا ميدان في بيلفام. لقينا صعوبات شديد. طبعا الرجال بيقولوا البنات هم دارين شنو على الرجال؟ هم شراميط. احنا كنا لنا ما شراميط، عندنا هدف اللي في الجنوب. هم في إيتا بيسووا عبر الجيش. بيسووا حاجات بسيطة يدعموا ناس. أنا مشينا ميدان. لما مشينا ميدان طبعا التدريب ده كان واحد. يلا الجيش بيقول بنات ديل. دكتور جون بيجيب حاجات خاص لبنات ديل. عندهم حاجات خاص. صباح بنقوم بدري نعمل مورال نغنوا. طبعا كنا ملخبط، عندنا بنات شنو؟ عندنا بنات نوير. بدينكا. يلا هناك صباح نقول هنا بركان واحد نعلمه كلنا. يلا صباح الجيش بيجي بقول بنات ديل انتوا ما في قاعدين ياكلوا بالليل. وده وين؟ ده مورال عشان نشجعوا بعضنا. يلا بعدك صباح بدري قاموا جالنا. كل زول بيقول في سريره بنجموا مع اللقاء جو بقينا نلعب وقال ترى كلام بنات ده مورال. ترى يا كلنا بدانا كلنا.
So I just want to say what's all said by my colleagues. I'm also a captain in the army, and I will not go back how we came and she already started, and they are ahead of us because we come gradually group to group as joining the army. I just want to say one thing here. The issue of why this table was sitting here, it was to tell the people here what is the role of the female in the army. Our role in the army, it is something very well known. Without women, by the way, in the army, would be look very horrible. I'm telling you the truth. Because women have a role. Even though you cannot stand up and talk in public, but we influence. You know, we give influence to the leaders, to the general above us, because in the army, you don't have right to talk in front of your leader. Unless you put the influence, let your word be passed by the leaders. We did a lot. When we were trained, we were also assigned into hospital, other areas, and actually the women who were elders than us did a very beautiful work in the army. Sakit Village, food, I think the army would have not survived because they were the one carrying the food up to where they are. They are the ones supporting them. There are no transports to carry those bullets and all those whatever, heavy guns, machine and all that. They were involved to carry. And a woman can really take a big huge to the head, to the back head and all this and down and reach to the destination. Because a woman cannot die faster like a man. Yes. We have more energy than men. And reality has to be said. Yes. Even when we say we need our right, it is our right, it's 35%, it's too small for us. Yes. Very small. What do we do with it? We can prepare it, but looking ahead. We can prepare the way, but look ahead. What are we aiming? Let's join hands together and support them. When there is capacity building, please think about them also. When I see the unity of the young people and everybody come together, I feel very happy. I feel so happy. The reason why, when we were in the army, we were different faces, different tribes, different, all this, and we were just loving each other like sisters. We need this to be very clear. And any girl here joining the field letter should know how to take care of ourselves.
We have talked about the importance of peace, and I think the stability we are staying in, and even until starting with the comprehensive peace agreement in 2005, that's why we are existing, that's why we have South Sudan, that's why we have this government, that's why we are trying to build ourselves as youth for the future of this country. This all because of peace, and that we have achieved what we want. To reach it, I have been narrating some of the stories with my group. How did we went? The most important part is that you have the willingness. If you want to do a project or you want to start something, you should own the idea. It should come out from you. Sometimes you mobilize people. You make sure that they trust in your idea, they believe it, they can stand with you, you will do it together. Because nothing you can do alone. Every time you need people around you. People can say bad things, you can do bad things alone. But do we need to do bad things so that we do them alone? Every time you want to spread the good thing, you want to share the love, you want to share the happiness. Even if you want to laugh, you cannot close your room and it's like laughing alone. You need people around you to join you and laugh together, isn't it? We have also tried to talk that when you have the idea and you believe in it and you spread it to other people and they believe, you stick to it. Don't just throw it away at the middle of the process and you say, Kalas, I changed my mind, no. Keep yourself strong and stand still so that your idea will grow and go. That's how I said. I had been moving to reach the peace process. We were not invited. Nobody said women come, even though there was 25% in the previous agreement. But we just voluntarily moved and knocked doors. We went to the IGAD, we went to the African Union. I wrote a letter looking for accreditation. I looked for people to support me, and we went and did it together. At the end of the time, you take always advantage of an event. You know, when you do your lobby and advocacy, you always take the advantage of an event and you try to avail yourself and try to share the ideas you have with you. That's how we ended up. When there was peace process to be done for the Republic of South Sudan, we said we want to be part of it. Nobody invited us. And then when we wrote our letters, we got the accreditation, and that's how we end up to become part of the process. We have also tried to see, have we achieved anything? On being in peace process, I think we did. We have achieved a lot. And remember, 1325 is what is giving us a lot of chances with all the protocols alive, with all the laws like the NAP, which is the South Sudan vision of this process. And if you talk about what protocol of African Union, Moboto, and so on and so forth, these are all the process which will give you the chance of the balance in life. Being partners, you have heard from our sisters, the mothers who were talking earlier, that we are together and we may be more important than the others. But the word gender takes us like two things in one, men and women. We are together to be one. Nobody is more than other one. Nobody have a different name. We are all in the gender, men and women. So please be proud, be happy, feel strong. Don't be weak. You will find somebody will support you, you will go together. So side by side, we can make it. And don't feel you are behind. We are always, and we talk about people. Ita Saluga, Ita Sharmuta, Ita Betaruja. They will say that, and you are Sharmuta and Saluga with who? See, there's another man is there coming partner with you in this. But there is living, and it is only yours is the main thing. Just ignore. We now know. When we were young, we were like, but now we know that is just Kalam Farid Sakit.
Our group, we introduce ourselves. We talk about business, the challenges, and how we start business, and how can we progress. So, if I can talk about all the things in this conference, it is all to do with this business. Business is about education. We educate ourselves on a daily basis to do things that we don't know how to do it. It is about peace and security in this country. If there's no peace, there's no business. Because the first victim of any war or conflict is the business. That's why we are peacemaker, we are peace builder. We do not talk about peace, but we talk about business. How can we start our business, the business name, the finance. Where can we get the finance? Chamber of Commerce is open. And each one of them, I give them an assignment, and I want to see who is the real business person next week. Those who are coming with their business logos, those who are coming with their business names, are going to come to the Chamber of Commerce. They meet me there. My names and my contacts are with the web. You take them. I'm ready for you, so that we start to, either we start the business from there, or expand the business that you have, and see how can we raise funds for you. You have very great ideas. I know. I'm ready. I know it's one of you. And even those who are in the other groups who are happy and who wants to be part of the business, as well you come. This is what I'm doing nowadays. I'm helping the youth to become very strong business people. And you talk about your vision when you went to you wanted your name. So the vision of your company is the one that drives you. The mission, the objective, the values. All this is to do with what? Business and making things happen, changing from here. So it's all about business. So everybody is welcome. Thank you very much. I'm very proud and delighted.